Happy Facebook Live time. I am Melissa Kerman with Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. I am here live on Facebook every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I always post my videos to YouTube. So if you're watching live on Facebook or live on YouTube, I'm sorry, or the replay on YouTube or the replay on Facebook, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I have some fun in store today, some general announcements, and then I got my products to show. All the new goodies that I have purchased in the product pre-purchase as a demonstrator, and then I have some fun projects as well. So I see people joining. Hi Pam, hi Mary, welcome. I know there's other people out there. I see a number at the top. Hi Sharon, so glad you're here. Hi Christy, yay, good to see people joining in. So let's get started with some basic announcements. Hi Barbara, hi Wendy. Hi Daisy, yay! All right, so one thing that I was really sad about that went away after Celebration, Stampin' Up! Did some special products that we could purchase that coordinated with some of the stamp sets, celebration sets and whatnot. One of my favorite sets was the Nature's Thoughts stamp set, and I'm sorry, the Positive Thoughts stamp set, which coordinated with a product that was only available for a limited time called the Nature's Thoughts dies. Stampin' Up! Just announced that they're bringing them back. Yay, I'm so excited. So these are the dies, and they have a set that coordinate, which I didn't manage to pull out, but a lot of the images are the same shape, so very fun. And then I die cut them all, so you can see them all there. Some stamped, some not, and then that frame. So anyway, I am super excited. I've had people ask me about that project and about the dies, and so now I'm so excited that I get to tell you that it's back. Yay! The other announcements I have, I finally have some photos for my Taste of a Sweet product shares on my website. As I mentioned last week, I wasn't able to pre-order products. I only just got them. So it's taking me a little bit longer to get photos on my site, but I do have photos of either the shares or the products for, I think, maybe 5 out of the 11 product shares. So I'm super excited that I have those up there, and I won't be able to have photos for all the rest until after the catalog goes live on June 3rd, which, you know, doesn't really do me a whole lot of good because the shares are available only through June 4th. So you'll have to rely on your catalog for some of, you know, your assessment of what products you want and what product shares you want. But anyway, I'm excited that I have some photos up there. There's amazing, amazing products in this new catalog. I'm super, super excited about them. And of course, the ones that I've gotten, I get to get my hands on and cut them up and play with them and everything. I'm going to show you some of that today, of course. So anyway, so those shares, there's 11 shares. 10 of them are the product suites that are in an annual catalog. One of them is all the new in colors. You're going to see the new in colors tonight if you haven't already seen them. They are just beautiful colors. I don't always love the in colors, but I love this set. And the project is made with, one of the projects is made with the in colors too, so yay. A couple of reminders about the Taste of a Sweet product shares. I do have an early bird bonus, and that is if you purchase 5 or more shares, and if you register for purchasing them by May 22nd, so you basically just tell me what shares you want. Now, I will just say, you can just fill out that registration form, guess what you might want, and then once you see the catalog, you can adjust it if you want. So you can get those share orders in by the 22nd. The other criteria is that you have to pay for the shares by May 29th. So I send invoices starting May 28th, this is per Stampin' Up! Policy, and then you'd have to pay it right the next day. So anyway, just words wise about the early bird bonus if you want it, and there is a gift if you do participate in that piece of it. Okay, one other thing, and this is new. Actually, each June when the new catalog goes live, for the last few years I've done this and it's been a great hit, I do an annual catalog special offer. And basically it's a way of getting hostess rewards without hosting and without spending $150 in product, which is the usual minimum for getting hostess rewards. So I call it a 10 at 100 party, $10 at $100 party. I learned this idea from another demonstrator, Ruth Bingle, who is just awesome. And I've taken the concept and revised it so that I can do it online. So bottom line, you get Hostess rewards, $15 of Hostess rewards when you place a $100 order per this special. And you also get 5 additional perks, one of which is to pick a retired stamp set. You get a medley of designer paper, and you get a new in-color bookmark, and I forget what the other things are. But it's on my website. It was announced in my newsletter just yesterday that went out. And I will put a link in the Facebook description and the YouTube description as well in case you want to learn more about that. So it's a great way to get a lot of perks and to get those new products right when they come out. So that special offer will run from the 3rd of June, the day that the catalog goes live, through June 14th. So you have to sign up and place your order within that time frame. So those are the basics. Anyway, so definitely let me know if you have questions. So it's very fun. All right, so the project for today, I am using a bunch of new product, but before I actually show you the projects, I'm going to show you the things that I've bought. And I'm going to start with the things that are not part of product suites, because I did get a few of those things, and then we'll go from there. So this is a lot of stuff, so hopefully I'm not going to be on here all night long. But it's really fun. Okay, so this is called Many Medallions, the dies. It's covered up there. I ran out of my big magnets. And anyway, I just fell in love with this when I first saw it. It does have a coordinating stamp set, but it's a sentiment set. So I didn't buy the sentiment set. I particularly liked the dies alone. This set, this Comfort and Hope set, was something that Stampin' Up! Did as an incentive for demonstrators, so I earned that for free. Yay! Love that. That's in the annual catalog. Now this one was, I got a bundle for my 50% off item. Yay, I love that. When your orders go over $4.50, you get a 50% off item. And I got this, the Blossoms in Bloom set, and then these coordinating dies, which are just these crazy, awesome big dies. So there's little flowers, and then there's this outline image, and then this other shape, and they layer one over top of each other. I've seen some people who have done designs, shared them on Pinterest, and just really, really beautiful. So excited to play with that. Okay, let's see what else. One of the things that I got, it's not part of a suite, but I'm going to be using it today. So I'm just going to show you this because I'm showing you the things that are not parts of suites right now. This lovely U stamp set. So for one of the projects today, I'm using a bunch of these little images in there. They're so cute and easy to play with. And it comes with this, if you buy the bundle, this coordinating punch, which is, I haven't even punched with it yet, but it does like 6 different sizes and shapes. You can see there's these troughs in here that allow you to do different widths and different shapes. So anyway, this is, just looks like so much fun to play with. So very excited about that. Alrighty, so moving along to, let's see, the suites. So I've got the Tasteful Touches suite. And so I got the whole suite bundle for it. So there's the stamp set. We are using this on one of the projects today. This embossing folder, where did I put that? I actually did the dry embossing for it, just so you could see. It's this beautiful texture. It probably can't tell very well on camera, but it looks like fabric. I'm sure you can't tell on the camera, but it's very beautiful. It's probably going to be a new favorite because it's one of those ones like the subtle 3D embossing folder that I use all the time. That's just this great texture that doesn't like yell at you or call too much attention to itself, but just adds that extra little touch that I just love. Okay, so the other thing that coordinates with this Tasteful Touches is the Tasteful Labels dies. So this comes as a bundle. So yay, that's that. And I am going to leave that set out because I'm using it. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, going down under the camera just a second. Oh, you know what? I have to show you the suite and the paper that goes with Tasteful Touches because it is just amazing. I love this. Okay, so the paper This is a specialty paper, this Tasteful Touches paper. I've cut it in 6 by 12 pieces because that's what I do for my shares. And there's actually 12 different pieces. It's actually, so you end up with 24 different patterns instead of most of the papers which have, instead of 24 pieces, then most of the papers have 12 papers. And there's 2 of each of double-sided designs. So you get 12 patterns, whereas this paper, you get 24. So how am I ever going to show you all these? But I'm gonna. So I'll just do one at a time, both sides. So anyways, this is just beautiful. I tried to take some really nice pictures for my website so you could see this paper because it is one of the papers that are part of the share. So I'm just going to go through it relatively quickly. But if you guys know me at all, I am a total texture nut. I love texture. So this paper, and I love these realistic images as well, are just, I just think they're really beautiful. So while I go through these, I would love to ask you guys to do a thumbs up or do hearts when you see something you especially love. And that way I'll you know, just kind of fun to see what you particularly like. Check that out. The pace is kind of cool. Okay, so now I'm turning it around. So that was the first 12. Can you believe it? So now the wood grain. There's several wood grains in this paper. Hi, Neil. Hi, Barb. Seeing your names on the screen. This sort of woven paper. More wood. Yay, hearts. Other people like this one too. This was one of my favorites. And then there's other fun things like weaves and patterns, you know, so fabrics and the paste and then the brick and the tile. It's just super fun. This is going to be super fun to play with. Love that paper. Crazy, crazy fun paper. So the product share for this particular suite only has 2 items in it, but you're getting a quarter pack of that paper, so you get some of each of the patterns. And then it comes with these little embellishments, they're little wood embellishments. So it's just 2 things, a small, relatively small share. So that is the Beautiful World suite. Oh, I have to show you this. So the other thing that's in this suite, Beautiful World, I'm going to show you, no, I'm getting mixed up. That was Tasteful Touches. Okay, now we're moving on to Beautiful World. Getting myself confused. Beautiful World has, obviously, worlds in it. And then it has coordinating dies right here. Now for today's project, I'm going to be using these 2 amazing, I love these sentiments in here. One of them is, you make the world a better place, and then thank you for being a part of mine. So I just love that. This is going to be very fun to play with. And then there's a coordinating embossing folder that goes with this suite. This is another thing I got. Now it looks like paper, so I couldn't resist but actually to do a piece so I could really show you the real thing. So that is the texture. It totally looks like the paper's been crumpled up, you know, and all you've done is put it in an embossing folder. I hope you guys can see that texture in there. More texture. Just love it. Okay, so you've seen the things that I'm going to be creating with today. And now I'm going to move on to the Forever Fern suite. I think that's what it's called. Forever Fern is the name of the stamp set. Forever Greenery is the name of the suite. It's so hard to remember all the names of these things. Now, I immediately fell in love with this one. This was right up there with the touches, the Tasteful Touches, or whatever these are called, Tasteful Touches, the other ones. But it has fern images in it. Anything foliage or nature or anything like that, I just love. And it has these little embossing folders as part of that product suite. So they're this size. See, that's a little bit different from the usual. I see, okay, Mary, you like the white brick paper, yes, and the tiles. Yes, so much fun. Okay, so I took some of the colors that are in the designer paper that goes with this suite, and I dry embossed them with those dry embossing folders. I have to go to my page so I can remember what I'm saying. So for the Forever Greenery Suite. I'm going to say it again and again, remind myself. So anyway, this is the one, Oh, that may be a little bit better. You can see that maybe a little bit better. This is Pretty Peacock. That's one of the colors in the paper. Soft Seafoam. That's the one embossing folder I showed. And then this is the other one. So that's Shaded Spruce, one of my favorite greens, and Garden Green, which has been around forever. Can you see that texture there? I think so. I hope so. Okay, so that's, now there's also dies that go with this. Crazy amount of dies that go with that stamp set. Just, oh my gosh, hours of fun. I can't wait to show you everything. Okay, so next up is the paper. Now this is one of my favorite patterns. This is your traditional set of 12 pieces, so 2 each of 6 different designs, so you get 12 patterns to look at. So this is, I think, one of my top favorites. I just love those ferns. And that one, they're so pretty. Okay, I'm trying to notice the hearts. Are you guys doing hearts? Yes, another one. So pretty, right? Yes, all the greens. I love all the different greens. I love this one with the stripes. And then we'll turn it over and show you the other side. So there's that one. Super pretty. A little more plain and simple. More texture in there. I'm glad you made it, Sue, even if you're late. Isn't that paper just lovely? So pretty. I just love it. Okay, so let me show you the rest. Last but not least, okay, so I want to show you. So in this suite, the Forever Greenery suite, there are these foil sheets. Now, what are they called? Forever Gold Specialty Designer Paper. Now, when you get these, you get 2 different styles. So this one you see here, which is the gold and has all those beautiful shapes. I put a piece of white cardstock in behind so you could really see what it looked like. And then there's another sheet that you get that has like fern shapes that you can punch out. So individual shapes, and then there's pieces that have like a sentiment spot. You can't really see them because it's covered up. This is the product share. So this product share has 4 products in it. So it has these little hoops that go with the suite, this gorgeous ribbon, and then 6 pieces of 6x12 designer paper, and then 1 each of the 2 styles of that gold foil, let's see, specialty designer paper. So this is not 12x12. It's more like 10 by 10, just to give you an idea. I actually have a typo on my menu, my Taste of a Sweet product share menu, because I didn't read the fine print, so I will be correcting that, but those are a little bit smaller than 12 by 12. So that is the Forever Greenery suite. Okay, so what's up next? What have I not showed you over here? Okay, so one of the suites I don't have everything for yet. It wasn't available on the first day that we got to pre-order, is the designer paper for the Flowers for Every Season suite. So I have everything but the designer paper, and this is actually the product share without the designer paper, but it's got these adorable little mason jars, and then these little tiny gems, ribbon, so you're getting either it's a quarter of a roll of each of the 3 styles of ribbon in the share. And then you get a half a pack of the Memories and More card pack, and then half a pack of these envelopes and card bases. Those are all in the in colors, those envelopes and card bases. So that's what this share looks like, but without the designer paper. That will be coming soon. Okay, what have I missed? Oh, I forgot to show you the designer paper for the World of Good. That would be a travesty because this is gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Okay, so the World of Good paper is a specialty paper, and it's got these elements of brass. So one of the pieces that's in this product share is new brass foil sheets, okay? That, again, was not available on the first day that we pre-ordered, so mine hasn't come yet. I'm dying to get my hands on those. But so you can see the brass elements of the little world images there. So again, I'm going to show you this paper. This is your traditional paper with 12 different patterns and 12 pieces to each of to each double-sided design. So there's, you can see those brass elements in there. Hi Nancy, hi Sally. I see new people have come since I last noticed. I love this one. Look at that world map with the brass. It's just stunning. And some more subtle ones. And then we'll go to the back side. Can't believe I forgot this paper. There's the back. Yeah, this is really beautiful. This was like one of the first things, this paper, that caught my eye when I was looking at the PDF online before I got my actual physical catalog. Just beautiful paper. It's going to be fun to play with that. So, and I guess I showed you the stamp set, but not the share. So this is what the share looks like for the World of Good. So you've got those 6 pieces of 6 by 12, and then the Memories and More cards, the little, what are those called? Slides and corners, these little embellishments, and then there's a faux suede ribbon. So anyway, that's the World of Good share. So actually got just one more share to share. And that is the new in colors, which you'll be seeing, of course, on the project today. So just show you this one quick. So this is the share for the product, for the new in colors. It's the 2020, 2022 in colors. It's the Just Jade on top. I'm trying to practice the names. So you get 2 each of the 5 colors of cardstock. You get 10 pieces of designer paper, so they're 6 by 6, 2 each of each color, and then you're getting 1/4 of a roll of the ribbon of all 5 ribbon colors, and then a pack of those little, whatever they're called, enamel dots. So that's the half a pack. I've already cut it in half. So that is the new in color share. Yay, I think I made it through everything, at least just all the new products anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour of all my goodies. I did try to make it easy to show you by unpacking things and cutting them up and all that. So hopefully I made it a little bit easier and quicker. Okay, so comment, let me know what you think, what your favorites are. I would love to know that. If you have requests for me to make make things with specific ones that you want to see sooner, just let me know. As you guys know, I love requests. And I will say, I have asked you guys to share requests with me before. Oh, I'm so glad you love the product shares. Mine are unique because you get a little bit of a lot of different things in one share, all coordinated. So I'm very proud and happy about my Taste of a Sweet shares, my little buffet. Okay, now I've lost my train of thought. This is what happens when I read comments. So if I ignore you, that's why I lose my train of thought. Okay, so where was I? Now I forget. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and we'll go straight to the projects. Oh, that's right, your requests. So you guys have requested, I've asked you before, do you like fun folds? What kind of things do you like? Do you like 3D items, etc.? So you asked and I am giving you a fun fold today. This is a fun fold, sort of a blast from the past, an old favorite that some of you will probably recognize if you've been in the stamping world for a while. It's called a Waterfall card. And I've done 2 versions, and one of them uses the in colors, and one of them uses other colors. I'll show you those. So I'm going to point the camera down, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the project. Now you might also notice that my board is now full with cards. My daughter helped me label it. Having a party, a WebEx online party this Friday, and with my club members, and they're going to get to pick cards from that board. So I figured the only way they'd be able to do it on WebEx is if I have them, columns and rows. So that's what you see there. All right, so these are the 3 sets that I'm using today. And we're going to start with, and I'm only making one. I'm going to show you how to make this one, and then I'll show you the finished project of the other one. So for this first one, I'm using those 2 sets, and the floral images and the foliage from Lovely You, and then the sentiments from Beautiful World. Okay, let's get started with a little bit of the stamping. So I've stamped the sentiment already. You guys know it's hard for me to get it straight on camera, so I just figure I'm going to do it ahead of time. Now, Stampin' Up! Was, for whatever reason, probably COVID-19 related, we were not able to get the inks for the new in colors. And so today I'm going to be using Versamark, which is probably the most versatile ink pad we have in the catalog, because it will give us a tone on tone, and we can still work with these colors and have a great, great end result. So this first color is called Magenta Madness. Now on this project, I'm actually using every single one of the 5 new in colors. So I'm showcasing the in colors today. So I'm using this one image, and I'm just going to add a few subtle flowers, space them out here and there. This is really going to be my front focal piece, but it's a multifaceted focal piece, as you will see. So you can see that there's the watermark there. Now if I wanted it to show up even more, I could heat emboss with clear embossing powder and make it shiny. I'm just going to keep it simple today. I do have the punch for Lovely You. I showed it at the beginning. Let's see. It's right there. Did you get it, Sally? If you have and you used it, let us know what you think. It looks like a lot of fun. Okay, so I've got my first panel. And my second panel, I'm going to be using, just noticed I put away one of my images that I need, so I'm going to grab that back out. So for my next one, I'm using this image. And I'm just going to do a spray of shapes, doing first inking and second inking, which just gives me some added depth and dimension to my piece. And you don't see too much of the second stamping, but if you have it in person, you will be able to tell. Probably a little harder to tell on camera. You do want to make sure that your Versamark pad is nice and juicy if you're trying to get that second inking to show up. Bring it up close to the camera so you can see. Just really simple, basic stamping. Okay, and I'm going to stamp one more piece, and then I've done some of the rest of it ahead of time. So this piece is, I should say, this is called Misty Moonlight, one of my favorite of the set of colors. And for this piece, this one is called, this is actually Cajun Craze. So one of the things I did on this particular project was I used coordinating colors which that go with the in colors. So these two are in colors, but this one is not. So you will see how I coordinated the colors. I'll let you know what they are in just a minute. So I'm framing my sentiment there. And then I'm going to use that foliage down towards the bottom in a few spots. Then I've got a few more images I'm going to use. You can see I'm sharing my block for these images. I think these are just super cute little elements. I would call these stylized images. Not realistic, but pretty. So I think I'm going to stop there so you can see that. Oh darn, yours doesn't punch right. Well, you need to call Stampin' Up. and let them know. They will make it right. Stampin' Up! Is awesome that way. If anything you ever get from Stampin' Up! Is not working properly, you can call me and I will help you. If you're a customer, if you're a demonstrator, just you want to call Stampin' Up! As soon as you notice the problem, because the policy is really 90 days, but they will usually stand by anything that's faulty. So just give them a call and they will get it straightened out for you. Okay, so for this one, we're using a card base that is folded this way. Now, I've used a full card, although most of the cards I've seen this way don't actually open, but I just thought it would be better to have it open. So let's start bringing some of these other colors in. So I'm going to start with a layer of basic black. I have my adhesive on the back side already. Now this color you see here is another one of the in colors. It's called Just Jade, and I have stamped all over it, as you can already see, again with Versamark. And the other thing that's really awesome when you use Versamark is that you never have to clean in between. You're using all the same inks, and you don't have to worry about inking up a stamp in the wrong color, which sometimes happens when you're working with multiple colors. So it's a very versatile ink pad. So here are the other panels that I've already stamped in some of the other images. So to go through the colors, the Magenta Madness, Misty Moonlight, Just Jade, Bumblebee, and Cinnamon Cider. Isn't that perfect for cinnamon? I think cinnamon is perfect color for that. It just looks like cinnamon sticks. So now I've got my base all set. So let's do some of the other assembly. So now, what I have done here is I've just got pieces, square pieces, excuse me. Now these squares are measured 2 by 2. The black piece is 3/16 inch more, so 2 3/16 inch. And then the layer in behind is 2.5 inches. I'll have these on my website, of course. Now, coordinating colors wise, let's just show you how this goes. So I've got Rich Raspberry that goes really nicely with the Magenta Madness. Night of Navy, beautiful with the Misty Moonlight. Shaded Spruce with my Just Jade. And then, gotta have them in rainbow order here. This one is Daffodil Delight that goes with the Bumblebee. And the Cajun Craze that goes with the Cinnamon Cider. Isn't that pretty? Aren't those colors just gorgeous? Give me hearts, please. Or Stampin' Up. We should give Stampin' Up hearts. Thank you for these beautiful colors. All right, so what's going to happen next? Excuse me. So I'm going to start by putting my stamped layers on the right side, a thin black layer. So by the way, I have the names of the colors written down right next to me. I'm cheating, because goodness knows I have not memorized them yet. It takes me a while to ingrain them in my brain. I got to say them a bunch of times. Okay, now these guys need adhesive since I stamped them. So who out there has made a waterfall card? I'm going to take a quick look. You guys comment and let me know. Do you guys have any idea what I'm talking about? Or is that, have you ever heard of a waterfall card? And if you have you made one? When I did a search online, just to see what came up for waterfall cards, there were quite a few of them that I found both on Pinterest and YouTube. So it's, but a lot of them were much older posts. So I think this is kind of just one, like I said, an oldie but a goodie, something that has been around for a long time, but comes back around every once in a while. Yeah, so back in 2003, yes, when you started. Yes, I think that might have been around when I did a waterfall card. Okay, it's really fun. Okay, so look at all those great colors. I'm so excited to share this. It's just too much fun. Okay, so what are we going to do next? Now, here's the magic. So I'm going to show you my little template here of how the magic happens on this card. So this is my mechanism. So for this one, I'm using the 5 panels. You can do it with different number of panels. The other design that I did, that I'm going to show you later, has 4 panels. So for this one, this piece is cut 9 by 2 1/8, and the scoring is, as you can see here. So that's my basic mechanism. I'll leave that there on the camera in case you guys want to jot it down, but it will be on my website tomorrow. So I have created a piece of black that is the same thing as you see right here, the same mechanism. So I'm going to start by just burnishing those on the score lines. You want to burnish them really well. So you got a really nice crease. It will just help it fold. And this is really the trickiest part, and I'm going to show you the way that I found that's the easiest, because you got a couple of pieces that you want to be in just the right position at the same time. So what I'm going to start with is some temporary adhesive. I'm going to put it on the back side of my magic panel here, and I'm lining it up so that it's flush against the edge of the Just Jade, so it looks continuous with the black. And then I'm going to make sure that that edge looks even as well. And then I'm going to put adhesive. Where's my adhesive? Now, temporary adhesive, real adhesive. Hi, Melanie. Good to see you here. So for this one, I'm going to do a little tick mark with my pencil just so that I know where I'm going to. I'll erase that in a minute. And then I'm going to put adhesive in between those 2 pencil lines. This is a pretty strong adhesive, what I'm using here. We don't sell it anymore, but we are going to have a new adhesive in the new catalog that is supposed to be super strong. I'm very excited to try that out when I can actually purchase it myself. Okay, so we want that edge. Let's make sure this is actually still staying in place there. Temporary adhesive doesn't really want to hold it down very much. So then what I'm going to do is I want my black to come top to bottom, and I want to line this piece up so that it's flush with the edge. So it comes right to the edge there. So I'm creating basically a T, if you will, like that. So there we go. So I've got my temporary adhesive back there. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to rub this off. And then I'm going to take some liquid glue, multi-purpose liquid glue, and put it on these 2 edges here. Just need to get a paper towel. My glue is all gunky on the end. Makes it easier to see how much glue is coming out when you get rid of that gunk. So I'm not going to put very much on here, but I don't want it to ooze out. So I'm keeping towards the center of those square panels there. But I want a really strong adhesive because it's going to be under a fair amount of pressure when you open and close this mechanism. Okay, and I did remove my temporary adhesive, so that's still going to move. All right, now I'm going to let that be for a minute, and I'm going to do a couple other things because I want that glue to stick. So next I'm going to take my real adhesive, and I'm going to start adding my panels. So there's my first one. Using my strong adhesive. And I'm going to attach it just to the right of where the fold line is. I don't want it to be on top of the fold line, just to the right of it, and I want to center it top to bottom. And this is going to be, you want to make sure especially that that first one is parallel to the top and bottom and even, because it's going to be how you line up all the other pieces. All right, so now I have tear and tape on each of these panels. Now I just want to point out that for this one, because I did 5 panels, the width of these folds is narrower than for my other version. So for this one, the width is just 1/2 inch, and for the other one that uses just 4 panels, the width is 3/4 inch. And I just jimmied with it to get it to work right. The length of the strip is also a little bit different, but I'll show you the template for that. So I'm just going to one at a time take off my backings to my tear and tape and attach my square again just to the right of that fold line, not on top of it, but to the right, making sure that it's even with the panel to the right. Now notice I did these kind of in rainbow order. I couldn't help myself. It was hard to decide what color to make the card base on this one because I'm using so many different colors, but I figured using this middle color with the shaded spruce on the outside and the, what is it called, just jade for the inside would sort of anchor the whole thing since it was the center. And I think it turned out well. You guys could be the judge when you see the end result. Doing the same thing with this panel. The fun is coming, I promise. Seeing this all come together is just, it's fun. I love an unusual opening type card. I actually have a little bin container in my storage closet that's all unusual openings and fun folds that I've accumulated over my 16, 17 years as a demonstrator, so that I can go in and like, oh yeah, I want to remake that one. That one looks like fun. All right, so we're almost done with this baby. So we're going to start with, I got a few more little touches, but let's see a little bit of the magic. What did I just do there? So there you go. There's the waterfall. When you get to the end, it takes a little bit of working to kind of get that last one to fold over. So there we go. Woohoo! Give me hearts, give me hearts, give me hearts. My rainbow of colors. I love it. I hope you guys love it too. Okay, so let's do our last final touches on this. So you might have been wondering where this goes. Yay, parts. Thank you, guys. So I have cut this panel so that it can fit under here. And it's, let's see if that's actually, I think maybe it's a little long. What did I do? Oh, yes. So it has to fit so that it's actually mounted underneath this black strip, because otherwise, when it retracts back in, and I probably should have attached it before this stage, it will get caught on this piece right here. So when I attach it in, I'm going to have to tuck it in and make sure that it's not past the fold. Okay, let's just, yeah, that should be fine. I meant to attach it before I got to this stage, but that's what happens. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and attach it. Making sure it's far enough in, but not too far in. I left a little bit of an edge here for the last and final step. So let's just make sure that pulls in right, and it does. So word to the wise, if you do this, you'll want to attach this panel before this step, before you assemble the whole piece. But you can do it this way if you need to. Woohoo! See, now it's really sliding, man. Love that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little punch here. I'm using that end to make a hole at the end. And being that I don't really want to eyeball this, I'm going to actually measure it. It's about 2 1/8, so I'm going to go to 1 1/16, just so that I can eyeball where this hole is going to be and that it is actually centered. Makes a nice significant size hole, but it's oval, so it's kind of pretty, so that you can fit a ribbon through it. So now I'm going to take a piece of this cinnamon cider ribbon, just fold it in half, and if you haven't seen this trick, it's a great little ribbon trick. Poke it through the hole from the front, and then I'm going to turn it on the side and feed the ends through. And then just pull it, not too hard so you don't rip that hole, but just enough to make it nice and tight. And then we'll just snip off the edges. So now we have a little pull tab for our unusual opening card. So, don't you love that? Don't you love the sentiment? You make the world a better place. Thank you for being part of mine. And that is my message to you guys today. So there you go. Thank you for being a part of my world. I appreciate you. There we go. So this is my card number 1. I'm going to show you the second card. It's the same layout, but a completely different look. Okay, so this one uses, instead of the lovely You set, I've used the same sentiment, the beautiful worlds, and I've used images from Tasteful Touches. So for this one, my waterfall is different. So it's 9 1/4 inches by 2 1/8, same width but longer, and then my scoring is different. So I've written 4 panels, 5 panels. So this is my 4-panel card. So I've used several of the images in the set and colored them in. So these were stamped with Memento ink so that I could color them in. I used that textured embossing folder, whose name skips my mind, but it's part of the Tasteful, what is it actually a part of? Now I'm forgetting what it's a part of. It might be the fern one. Is it part of the fern? Now I have to look it up. I can't remember. Dang it. Too many things to remember. Anyway, it's one of the new embossing folders, and it's stamped with this image right here, and then dry embossed. It's that lovely texture. The colors are soft suede, crumb cake, and then I've used rich raspberry and blackberry bliss. And this ribbon actually started out as Rococo Rose. You guys might recognize it. Where did I put it? Somewhere around here. I colored it with the rich raspberry, actually with blackberry bliss light blends alcohol marker just on the edges. Hold on just one sec. I want to show you the difference. So this is the original ribbon, Rococo Rose. And originally I thought it would look fine, but then the colors just kind of looked a little bit too different. So I played around with coloring it. You can see I've colored it there. And now it just, with it colored, it just kind of goes with the whole thing. Okay, so you guys are waiting probably for me to open this darn card up because it's so pretty. So the front, and then there's that first lovely image. I want you to be able to see the set at the same time. And then the second one is the fern. I'm sorry, the, what are they? Oh, geez, feathers. Thank you very much. I I can think. So that one's full inking, and then second and third inking, I believe, is what I did there. And then I colored them in with the soft suede, light and dark blends alcohol markers. And then did sort of a collage-y thing on this one with several of the images. And then, of course, the last one, colored in with the shaded spruce, the light blends alcohol marker, and add some other elements up there. So there is my 4-panel waterfall card. So different from the first one, right? Bright and colorful, and then muted and elegant. I hope you guys like it. So I will be putting photographs of both of the projects with dimensions and complete supply list and all that good stuff on my website. Keep in mind that the supplies that are not yet available to purchase, I'll list on the website, but there won't be links because the links aren't live yet to purchase those items. But it's just so much fun. I hope you guys liked these projects. I'm going to turn the camera around, and I feel like I barely got to read your comments, so I will definitely be going back and looking. And if you watch my Facebook Lives with any regularity, you probably know that I typically don't go back to looking at them until maybe the next day. I sort of, after I'm done with the live, I kind of need to go rest. But I will definitely check out your comments and would love to know what you thought of these projects today. And just quick reminders before I say goodbye and let you go on your evening. Don't forget about the Taste of Sweet product shares. Check out the photographs, but you've seen all the products that I have on this video. But if you want to see still photographs, those are on my website under the product shares tab, and all the details and a reservation form and all that good stuff. And don't forget that the early bird special opportunity ends on Friday, so sign up before Friday if you want an opportunity to get that. What else? Annual catalog special offer. There's a registration form as well. If you're not a newsletter subscriber, make sure to look for a link here in the Facebook description or on the YouTube description to learn more about that annual catalog special offer. Get hostess rewards and 5 other goodies from me, mailed to me with love. So I will be back next Thursday, same time, same channel, with more fun, more projects, more new stuff. And make sure to check out my website tomorrow. By 3 p.m. I'll have it posted with the dimensions and supplies and all that good stuff. So, I'm so glad you liked the demonstration, Christy. Thank you for saying that. What else? Anybody have questions, thoughts? I'm just going to look at comments. I'm glad you liked it, Deborah, or at least thought it was interesting. It's definitely got some technical detail to it. You know, you got to want to be doing the scoring and all that, but it's just fun, right? Thank you, Kathleen. You're so sweet. Alrighty. Well, you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me. This wouldn't be nearly as fun if I were sitting here doing it alone. So I wouldn't really be doing it if I were alone, I promise. So I'm glad you're here. So thanks so much. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye, everybody.